came from France here to play soccer, so it's my sophomore year now. In France, we don't really have sport in university. We have it, but it's just not a good level, and it's not as serious as here.
The idea of going to college and having sport paid for is foreign to most internationals. Most of them want to move on and have the experience of playing in the NCAA. So those players look to contact as many coaches and programs that they can. So they provide really the knowledge of how to take the SAT, what they have to get registered for with the NCAA Eligibility Center, you know, all those things. And they just, you know, they send out emails basically, and you look at video, and sometimes you go overseas and you're able to see those players. And over time, you build a lot of relationships with people that you believe in who say, hey, we've got a good player you need to take a look at.
I knew I wanted to go to the US, and I think Coach Aaron heard about it, so he kind of looked at my videos and me playing, and then he contacted me. So after that, we had some Skype sessions, and he explained me about Mississippi State, about the soccer team, and then that made me want to come here.
With Tanya, I was recruiting another player, and I have a friend over in France who keeps an eye out for talent and players who might want to come over to the United States and try to see if they can get a scholarship. And I was working with him on an entirely different player, and he had brought to my attention that Tanya might be available because she was having problems with the process that the school that initially recruited her, and they basically just dropped her. And so we were in desperate need of a goalkeeper at the time, and I thought, you know, this would be worth the risk. I had heard about her before from other colleagues who said they had seen her play. And when I got on the phone, things seemed to be just, or not the phone, actually we Skyped, there seemed to be a real comfort level between us, and I assured her that we would do everything we could through our compliance department, admissions, and the NCAA to see if we could jump through the necessary hoops or get over the hurdles necessary, because it just was a process. And once we did, we realized, you know, she was a smart student. She was going to be able to make the transition academically, and of course, from our end, we knew we were going to get a great talent. From a goalkeeping perspective, it was pretty easy with Tanya. Tremendous athleticism, international experience playing with the French youth national team. It was a no-brainer for us to try to be able to get someone here domestically that had so many of those accolades that she had experienced. I could have found maybe somebody here in the States, but to have someone with her experience and ability and quality, it made it a no-brainer to go and get Tanya.
The soccer coach contacted me, and I liked the project, and I liked and I had a good feeling with him, so I just committed here. I didn't have the chance to visit it before. I just heard about it. I visited the Mississippi State website, and that's all I knew about Mississippi State. When I was about to land here, I just saw trees, and I was like, what did I just do? I couldn't see anything but trees. That was crazy. The weather is really hot. It's really different from back home.
I'm from a town in Iceland called Hafnarfjörður, and it's pretty similar to Starkville's size. Like, it has a population of 26,000 people. Hafnarfjörður is close to Reykjavik, which is the capital of Iceland, and that's where most people in Iceland live.
Elva was a self-promoter. Elva made her own videos, and she had a group of people that, you know, taught her how to register with the Eligibility Center, tell her when to take the SAT, all those things. And so, but she was really self-promoting herself, and she was sending out videos, and I had seen her video. And, you know, Icelandic players have such a great tradition coming over to the United States and playing here.
Coming to the States has been my dream for a really long time. I remember that one of my semester in high school, we had to make a big goal for ourselves, and my goal was to come to America to play soccer, and I made a huge project on that, and I stuck to it, and here I am.
When I saw her qualities on video, I didn't have to go see her live. I just knew right away she's going to translate to what we're trying to get done here at Mississippi State, and I could not be more happy with what we've gotten her as a person, as a player, and just a person for our future, for our program.
I have been Skyping a few times with Erin and Ashley, and I felt really good talking to them. They're really friendly and nice. I came on my visit with my dad, and I met Tanya on my visit, and she told me that don't be fooled by it. Like, don't think that they're only nice because you're here for your visit. They're always that nice, and that just made me feel so comfortable, and my dad felt so good sending me away.
The biggest adjustment, that was the language, because I didn't speak English that much, so it was difficult. And then when you go in a group of 25 girls, it's just impossible for me to follow the conversation because it's just going like crazy. It's girls, so I couldn't follow any conversation. I was just not listening anymore. I learned English at school, but it was the basics like animals, color, and I couldn't really do much with it. So I learned the most here, hearing my teammates speaking.
The biggest transition is for them to deal with their own teammates. They come here with a bunch of, you know, young ladies who are high energy, who love to talk, who love to laugh, and you don't realize how much gets lost in translation with humor, with slang, with those things. And so she was, you know, she described it as, I would hear it in English, I have to translate it into French and then translate it back to English to understand. And a lot of times that conversation had already come and gone.
Her English is the same as mine right now. I'm so jealous. I wish I could speak that good English when I first got here. I think that helped her a lot compared to me.
Well, yeah, I think that's true. Like, I know that she didn't know any English when she came here, so I had more advantage.
Icelandic kids learn to speak English very quickly. English language is part of already what they have in terms of their schooling, taking the SAT. So when they come over here, the transition is not hard. So Icelandic players are always looking to come over to the States.
Like, back at home in my school, we had to start learning English in first grade. So it's just simple things like mom, dad, yes, no.
I think soccer is more technical in France, and here's more athletic. I've never run that much in my life since I've been here.
I think in Europe and in a soccer culture, two things happen. The game is way more technical because culturally kids grow up with it. They do the little things correct when they're younger, and so the game is not as fast. It's as athletic, but it's probably a little bit more controlled.
I feel like the main difference from American soccer and European or Icelandic soccer is, like, in America I think it's more physical and faster, but I think that European soccer is more about strategies and mental, like people think ahead. The physicality of the game here is a lot more than I've been used to back at home. So I've taken a few hits here and there, and I've gotten some pretty big bruises all over my body.
Alva is kind of quiet, so I'm trying to speak to her as much as I can. And now I have a car here. Whenever I want to go shopping or want to go somewhere, I just ask her if she want to come with me. And during practice, I kind of try to give her confidence for her to play and play good. And I kind of share my own experience so that she doesn't do the same mistakes, or she knows what to expect.